All right. So as Linda mentioned, my name is Joe Skibby. I started JRS Marketing Communications in 2008 in the midst of the Great Recession, which was a wonderful time to start a business. I've been in small and mid-sized business communications for almost 20 years now. I started in community banking and was a marketing director for a small bank in suburban Elmhurst, and then worked in policy for a chamber of commerce in Plano, Texas. So constant for me has been helping small and mid-sized businesses grow to the next level using communications. So when I graduated with my master's in 2008 from the University of Dallas, digital marketing strategy looked a lot different than it does right now. I appreciate the kudos, but I hesitate to use the word expert in anything that changes so rapidly. So what we're going to try and cover today is some statistics on why social media is growing so quickly and how you can incorporate it into your business, and then ultimately I'd like to have specific examples so that I can think off the cuff of how we may benefit your business. So is everybody here a business owner or private practitioner or so? How many of you have websites? Good. How many of you have social media presence? Fantastic. Okay. So I did create a PowerPoint. I'm just going to reference these for some statistics, and I'm going to try and fly through them. So I like to ask the question to any potential clients that I'm meeting with is, how do you go about finding the products and services that you need? If you think about that, that kind of answers the question of why we need to be on social media, because like, every one of you just thought of your cell phone and your PC, right? It's just how things get done right now. Whether it's through search, where you're ranking on Google, Bing, or Yahoo, or whether you're engaging in the different types of social media, you need to be found, and you need to be present in the product and service that you're specifically looking to grow. So everybody here is familiar with networking. We're all here meeting face to face. That's the power of networking, but taking it digital just expands upon that power and allows you to reach a much larger audience. So a lot of people, whether they've read books or whether they've heard from people, why would I engage in social media, right? It's an opportunity to create a conversation with potential clients. You're able to educate people on what you do at a deeper level. Different things that, you can increase traffic to your website, event promotion, educating people on your unique selling proposition, awareness. And then some of the things that shocked me that you're able to do with social media is increase purchase frequency, customer service, and then obviously remaining top of mind. I think we've all maybe once or twice heard that you need to see a message 7 times for it to stick in your head. Now I've heard that is 20 times. So with the amount of ads everybody's deluged with on a daily basis, you need to be more frequent and more present in people's minds in order to stick. So this is active users, and close to 2 billion active users. I don't know if that's visible to anybody, but total social media users is 2 billion. That's the top. Just under that at 1.58 is Facebook. That's daily active users on Facebook. I don't know, when somebody says social media, everybody kind of gets an idea, whether it's grandkids or somebody else, or sharing cat photos, as I referenced in the prior slide.
Right.
But I think what we need to think about is Washington Post and New York Times and some of the real blockbuster foundational media properties is where these are headed if they're not there already. And for a lot of people from different demographics, that's where they get all their news. So they're not reading print copy, they're not even accessing the individual media properties online. They're not even leaving their social media to search. Facebook has replaced Google as the #1 referrer of websites. And if you think about that, I mean, Google owns the search land, but people aren't even going to Google to search. They're staying within the social media. And Facebook is the #1. So obviously Facebook's the big player. YouTube, everybody's heard of the adoption of video and what that does for sharing and social media distribution. They're just under at 1 billion. But they're also a Google property, so they get all sorts of bonus for being involved in Google and having the search metrics. Down here, you may engage in some of these. Anybody on Instagram? So Google Plus, Twitter, okay, I think it's,
I'm trying to use it, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Snapchat. Anybody on Snapchat?
No.
LinkedIn,
Yes.
Yeah.
Pinterest?
Yeah.
So all of these, again, would be like creating a media list that you're going to send a press release to, especially for the backlinks to your website, which has SEO benefits and obviously increases your traffic, which is what we're all trying to do. More traffic equals more phone calls, equals more customers, clients, products sold, etc. So this was the graphical representation of Facebook being a top referral source for digital publishers, and over the years, slowly crept up, and then in late May of 2015, it surpassed Google. So,
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
So, can you explain exactly what you mean by that? It's like that when I'm a novice here, so when
Sure.
I'm looking at Facebook, and it's always so interesting to me that you could search for something like you're looking for a new purse, and then you're on Facebook, and all of a sudden, the 5 places you search for a purse, or the purse you were looking at is suddenly popped up on your Facebook feed. But are you saying like, oh, because somewhere on my Facebook feed, a news article comes up and I click on it right then versus going and typing into Google or
so first off,
Washington
great
Post?
question. I encourage you, I like to do as little talking as possible about what I think is important. I want to learn what you guys think is important and answer those questions. So the first thing that you referenced is called, it's a display ad that was presented on Google's ad network, which is everywhere across the internet, and that's called retargeting. So you were most retargeting or remarketing, it's often called. And that was either search-based or site-based. So you either were on a site shopping for those products or services, and now that follows you to your other sites. That's a tracking component that marketers track and follow. So if you're evaluating a potential purchase and you don't purchase, we can increase the close rate by serving that ad to you during the rest of your shopping experience or the rest of your web crawling experience. So that can be either done by site. When you visit a site, you get tagged, the ad gets presented later, or search, where I can just be searching on any of the major search networks, get tagged, and now that ad will follow the rest of my search. The content that you mentioned, again, is an article that's shared for any one of your businesses across your social profile. I click on that article is hosted on my blog, now it's driven a referral back to my site. And this is all something that can be tracked through Google Analytics. Does everyone monitor their Google Analytics page or have it set up? Or? Okay. So, not uncommon, but it's, it brings the metrics into the discussion, because if everybody that has a website has a liability, right? It's hosting, it's updates, it's maybe image purchase, etc. If you're not tracking the amount of visitors to your website, how can you determine the future budget allocation that you're willing to spend? So if you have 30 visitors a month, you probably don't want to spend a significant amount of your marketing budget. If you have 3,000, now you can start to steer more budget towards your website as a tool in your sales process. So informed decision making is one of the reasons I navigated away from print news and banking, got into more traditional or more digital mediums, because everything is trackable down to the person in some instances. We're talking about e-newsletters. I can tell you who opened a newsletter that I sent. I can follow up with them, whether it was an event-specific article or an article about a product or service. I can tailor future communications to them based on their engagement. So that type of data is what is helping fuel digital marketing as a more efficient use of your marketing dollars. So social is searchable. I don't know how many of you know this, but we were talking about Twitter, and I was actually in a discussion about hashtags with a client earlier. Hashtags are like the Dewey Decimal System of social media. So they really allow you to follow. I'm an avid NFL fan. I can type in hashtag NFL on Twitter, and it'll serve me everything that's hashtagged with that term. So now I don't have to scour news sources to get all the relevant news. It's now presented based on quantifier. Yeah.
You use that word hashtag, I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, aren't exactly sure what hashtag means.
Sure.
I think it's, and when you said that, it made me understand it a little better. Does it then search that football in, like you would, through the internet, just everything that's fed?
Or is it just on Twitter and you put it in the search?
So
A
you can
hashtag
hashtag Instagram, you can hashtag Facebook, they all have incorporated it. It takes it a step deeper than just doing a term search, right? So I can type football in, now I'm gonna get NFL news, now I'm gonna get soccer news, now I'm gonna get other things relative to football. So it really allows you to drill down deeper through
So
keywords.
it really targets into keywords.
And that would serve you relevant posts that were made by NFL media properties, NFL fans, NFL prognosticators. So now it's all in one source. It would be like sitting down and watching, an NFL show on ESPN for a half hour. But now I'm pulling the content to me. It's not being served to me through a push feed.
And you do that just by typing in the hashtag, do you
Plus
type it
one.
into Twitter or Google or any of them, or Instagram or Facebook, any of
Yeah, I
them?
was referencing Twitter,
You
but
were referencing
yeah,
Twitter, but you can do it on any of
tag
them?
any of them.
Oh,
You can hashtag
And
any of them?
they're all searchable, so even if you don't hashtag it, you can still search. You can still search the term and it'll present.
So how do you
Got it.
hashtag something? I don't even know how to do
Sure, so
I agree.
there's different posts.
I see them and I don't know what to do with them.
It's nothing to do with
I don't know how
hash.
to
It has
do it.
nothing to do with hash.
or being tagged.
Or like that.
Like,
So you would just enter the text after entering the pound sign,
oh,
all
yeah,
in
I've seen
one
the
word.
box and yeah.
And that would be part of your character limitation. On
Oh.
Twitter, you're limited to 140 characters, Facebook is potentially 200, Instagram is 2,000. They all have character limits, just some are.
But a hashtag is usually small, it's not like
It's all lowercase.
lowercase.
So, for instance, I use be seen and be heard as my tagline. So when I'm speaking at events like this and I'm promoting it, I will put, come check me out, April 7th, Infinity Foundation, be seen, be heard. And I'll hashtag be seen and hashtag be heard. So later, when I'm looking to show someone that I've had some speaking engagements, I can type in hashtag be seen or be heard, and then it presents all the different things I've tagged. Now that doesn't mean it's exclusive to me, other people can use it as well, but that's kind of how a hashtag works. Most often, the social medias themselves will have trending topics. Today, it was the Masters, maybe 2 days ago, the Panama Papers, but there's a list of 7 to 10 of the most frequently used hashtags. That's a great opportunity for your business if you're engaged in these social media to say, natural healing, hashtag natural healing, great. Now I can post, so on 345,000 tweets about natural healing, I can inject myself in that discussion through the hashtag. Now it's presenting to a more targeted audience.
So where do you find it? Like, so you have it and then you click on it? And does that take you places? I
the
just
hashtag
don't
or-
know how it works.
Yeah, no, there's no silly questions, please, no.
I just don't know how it works. Like, I see it on people's things. So what do you do with that? Like, do you press it?
So you're in, let's say Twitter, that's where we started, right? You're in
Well, I don't
Twitter.
know how Twitter works. How
Say
about
Facebook.
Facebook? Let's
Okay,
say Facebook.
so Facebook, you put in the information that you want, and then you tag
On
it,
top.
just your post content, so
Oh.
your copy.
She's asking as a consumer, I think, rather
Oh.
than a generator.
How
I'm
you search.
asking both ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all have search tools, either top right or top middle, and you just pop it in there, just like you would into Google.
Okay,
It's
It
not
just
a
becomes
link,
clear.
you
It's
don't
not
click
a
on it,
you don't click on it.
no.
Post.
It's informational.
It's to find the
You have to
information?
put it in the search bar.
It's to find it, qualify it, or wrangle it for your
Post it.
purposes, right?
Okay. But how do you start it?
Start a
You
hashtag.
start a hashtag just by a pound
It's a
sign
word,
and
yeah,
writing
it's a
it?
word, yeah, you just use the word.
How
That's,
do you begin yours that you set up? How do you do that?
Right.
that's, using my tagline was, how can I simplify what I do in
Yeah.
its
How
most
did you
simplest form?
enter that or whatever?
Be seen and be heard. How did I enter it? Does everybody have their smartphones?
Yeah,
Yes.
Pull them out and get into Twitter if we can.
yeah.
Oh.
Twitter.
I'm so glad you're asking the questions because he's got a bunch of.
That's right.
I just frustrate my son when I ask him. I don't know how it works.
He looks at you, oh.
Do they
Right,
go
mine rolls my eye, rolls their eyes.
I
at
get
me.
the- I get the roll, I roll, for sure.
Because I still call it a pound sign.
So is everybody in Twitter?
Yes.
No, I don't know how to do it. I don't know.
Okay, we can share.
I have a
So, I don't have any relevant examples, so if you hit the magnifying glass in Twitter,
I'm sorry, where do I start? Someone.
well, if you don't have a profile, we can just share
I'm
right
sorry,
now.
do you?
Unless you-
I don't
Just
think
look at
so.
Yeah, just look at.
Oh, yeah, that's a Twitter, I have a Twitter.
You're not signed up, a tiny little bit.
Oh,
I'm not sorry, I'm sorry.
Every time I try to do my password.
Did you guys get the magnifying glass?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the trending topics right there, underneath the search text. tab.
Oh.
So it goes through bad brand, Red Equities films, San Francisco Giants.
So you want to be called, so you want to be.
So even as I pre-finish marketing strategy line, there's 100,000 people talking about marketing.
What's the name of your company?
Garden Grant. And this would be a deeper. So now I can tag my post that's relevant to gardening, and when people search for it, it'll show in search. Okay.
Why didn't they just keep it, just erased everything?
This
Here,
was
so
the,
it's me mad again?
magnifying glass, and this gives me the different trends.
Okay, so I'm on Twitter and I'm now magnifying glass here.
Yeah, so these are all trends, and you can search up here, type in the hashtag, BESEDN. And this is just to give an example of how I see it. We can definitely.
These are his.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Not like I'm gonna get into your stuff.
All one without a space?
See this like this one? Okay, she's usually here at the beginning of this thing.
So, just here, hit,
What?
type there.
Instead of C.
I'm searching something, and then you search.
Is that your page?
And now what is this? I see.
No, so you clicked one more down, like, what it should do is it should bring up different tweets. They use
This is
these
something
things
new, you're
bird.
putting it in brand new.
And now,
It's a brand new for all.
so that gets,
No, I
my
just
business,
saw it.
that gives Affinity Foundation,
Press-
just one, and you can see the work.
It's training you.
So I think my lark here is
Twitter, that's what it says.
So it doesn't show.
So these are all ones that you've put in?
No,
Once
not at
it's
all.
canceled, then we'll sign in.
it puts you in
So
the
your username,
conversation.
do you remember your
And this, you
username?
can tell,
So we don't know
I
if we
think an
forgot
hour,
our figure.
7 to 6 people post
Yeah, that's so
activity.
many.
Sometimes it's
So
20 minutes,
it's an
sometimes
email
it's
address that
Way down
you
the
used on
line.
your Twitter account.
Yeah, mine was a couple days ago.
So you're somewhere.
But yeah, if you were to do wellness, if you were to do NFL, that would allow me as a searcher to find out about that topic, and you as a poster to present your information and how you can search it. You need gardening on Facebook, and
Okay, so as we found the following
so you can
information.
see how, depending upon your product or service, you can now present your information to, in essence, a global audience. But you can also qualify by geography. I can type in hashtag park, hashtag calendar, and it limits the results, who it gets brought back to, but it also more specifically targets
So
it.
now,
So again, depending upon the reason that you're on social, depending upon what your goals are, it may be just driving link traffic back to your website so that you have more visitors to your website. It may be communicating specifically on social media with people who engage. So
Another way to
that's
search.
more strategy specific.
We don't use the hashtag, we're not gonna
I'm gonna pull everybody back for a minute.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
If I do a search for something and I don't put the hashtag, I get
Results as well.
results as well. So what's the difference between if you put a hashtag or you don't?
The level, quality, frequency, it,
So it just narrows the search?
yeah,
You do a
it's
hashtag?
like the Dewey Decimal System, right? It allows it to be classified. You can talk about it, you don't have to hashtag it, but it's more difficult to find, or you just search
So
without the
you would
hashtag.
hashtag things yourself if you wanted people to find you? Specifically?
Wellness was the example that he
Wellness.
brought up, yes.
Okay.
And wellness would be an example that potentially everyone in here could use as an overall theme to present, whether it's talking points, unique selling propositions, promoting events,
But it asks for.
Okay,
advocacy for the industry.
But really finding unique combinations
But it
is
said
what would
username
distinguish
first, we
you
didn't have a
or
username.
It would allow you to more specifically target your message. Yeah.
I have one other question. Different topic, same topic, but
Okay.
if I had a newsletter and I did it through MailChimp, but I wanted to post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, can I do that all at the same time?
Okay.
That's a MailChimp specific question, and I know some newsletters, as you
Or if I
conclude,
posted something on Facebook, can you tweet it and Instagram it, and I know you can link them all together?
you can link back and say, be sure to check out my newsletter on my Facebook page. That could be a tweet.
Okay,
But I think through MailChimp, like iContact, I know has this, whereas you go to publish your newsletter, it shares it automatically against the social media you're engaged in. So that may be
so
an
you just
option.
have to set it up that way.
Searching?
Okay.
That's your question, Bill. So
So
I know hashtags on Facebook, to kind of sum up what I've said. So I do some kind of quirky post, I might go hashtag and why do I care?
Okay.
So that's not followable.
Well, thank you.
Well, there's a, I mean, that's,
Goldberg.
that's like,
We have.
Yeah.
the comic theme.
Yeah.
of,
No, it's the other
Why do I
model.
care? Yeah, so it's a self-deprecating, it's comical, right? So that
Yeah.
potentially gives you a classifier under,
Can these positions
The one that's here.
be public so we can all learn from them?
of course, yeah, of course.
I don't think
Too much going on.
Okay.
People are talking
Distractions.
So the question was, I use hashtags after Facebook posts, but I just use them to sum up what I've said. So this is a new idea.
As like a third voice.
Like another voice to self-deprecate a little bit, to kind of sum up that, why do I care, and why do I care, or something like this, if I do a quirky post. So I was asking Joe, is this a good thing to do? I mean, it's not searchable or anything,
Well, it would be, but
nobody knows
So-
to search it.
there's nothing limiting anybody from using hashtags in any way that they want. What I'm referencing specifically is quantifying a revenue generating product or service, right? That's, when I'm engaging on social media, it's not to share what a sunny day it is or talk about the spring back and forth railroad or roller coaster. It's to promote furnace repair, right? It's to promote daily specials for
So,
restaurants. It's,
If I wanna use it in the humorous way or whatever that I am, could I do a second one if I wanted to also have people
oh
be
yeah,
able to
you can
find it?
use as many as you want.
So is it dorky to do that, to use more than one?
No, I will tell you that the youngsters on Instagram often have
More than one.
15, 20.
Okay, I see that, and I didn't know. if it was-
15, 20 hashtags?
Yeah,
For,
after
what was
one
the
post.
purpose of that?
Yeah, I've
So
seen
that
that.
people searching NFL,
It'll pop
wellness,
up.
gardening can now be served that post in their restrictive, within the confines of their search. So just like I go to the library and I'm overwhelmed with the number of books, I can go to the Dewey Decimal System and look up marketing books and it'll steer me to a section. That's what it's doing. It's taking intangible amounts of data that's regularly processed online and allowing it to be used effectively, whether for your own enrichment, research, or in order